Hey, what's up? It's Two-Siders. Today I will tell you the most important research upgrades you should get at the very beginning of your especially sandbox games in Jurassic World Evolution 2. It's more important that you get these if you have cash turned on, but they're also important if you have unlimited money. Let's start a brand new game. First, we are going to go by the standard rulebook of creating the infrastructure of the park, buying the arrival point and other operations buildings, so let's do that. Unfortunately, at the very beginning, as you can see, the only electricity or power we have access to are these really expensive, both to buy and to keep up, small generators. We have to buy these, otherwise we cannot perform any research, so let's do that. But pretty much the first thing and most important thing to do, I will even pause the game because otherwise it would eat our money, is to go into the research tab, go into power, and research the improved power technology. What this is essentially is the small power station. And it's not that easy to research because you need 5 logistic skills across 3 scientists. And sometimes you might get only like 3 or 4 logistic skill on a scientist, but luckily we got a scientist with 5. He's kind of expensive. I will look around to see if we can get away with hiring someone else. Like these 2 guys are already free and they have a bunch of other useful skills like genetics and welfare. And with this guy that's only unfortunately 4. So I cannot hire these 3 guys. I have to hire at least 2 guys with 2 logistics and 1 guy with 1 logistics. I will definitely hire this guy because he already has a good trait with the faster extraction. I will actually hire this woman, even though this guy has a more useful trait, but she has much better skills and she's much cheaper. And then for the last guy we can hire whoever. This guy is insanely good. Of course his trait is that his salary is low, but look at these skills, 2, and then 1 for logistics, that is fine. If we go into the research tab and power, we can pretty much get started on this one. And the reason why it's important, you might not research it straight away, right? You might wait. And what would happen, I've been in that situation myself. I create dinosaurs, I open my park, and we have enough dinosaurs to sort of get by. But buying fuel, if you click on resupply here, buying just like 50 fuel for $77,000, you might only make $77,000 in like whatever, like a minute, right? So you make, I was in the situation where I made money, I refueled, and then I had to refuel again, and because without fuel there is no park either, like the amenity buildings don't work. So I recommend you buy this very first thing. You can even pause the game after you just researched it, so the time doesn't pass. Buy this, connect it to a path, and of course you have to unpause the game so it actually constructs. But at this point, just turn off your backup generator. You can turn it on for storms, but I like to keep it turned off because sometimes I don't cover my entire park and it's actually eating my money, my fuel. This is more than fine. So at this point, nothing else needs to be researched. I like to get a dinosaur ASAP. Because without a dinosaur you cannot open your park and you cannot make any money. You are literally losing money every second because of the scientist, number 1, really big cost. This is, we got a bit lucky, but still we are spending around $20,000 on the scientist per minute, which is insane. And also we are spending 4,200 on power. So at this point just get your dinosaur, whatever you want at first. Struthiomimus is the best one, but I think this time around I'm gonna get something else. Let's get Nazutoceratopses. Let's extract the DNA. Oh, faster extraction comes in handy. Let's create some dinosaurs. So we have opened our park. In fact, we did not, because we need to buy a viewing gallery, of course. But it was really important to do this step instead of doing other research, because we can straight away get some income from the tickets that the guests get to come to the park. Of course, we can buy, or should buy, amenity buildings as well. Ooh, the terrain is really rough here. Look at that. And the emergency shelter might as well. All of these small things like the emergency shelter, the restrooms, and also a small hotel, they're going to increase our income, or they're gonna like maximize our income essentially. Wow, cannot. There we go. These paths are horrible. We need to expand these as well. We only have really small paths, but we're not going to research paths just yet. I'm going to increase the profits here. And we got a massive storm too. But once this is maximized. Now, of course, if anything's broken, we, just like in the last video that I released yesterday, we need to buy a response facility. And we need to use that response facility to fix everything up. Because you can only fix stuff with the Jeep, unfortunately. We'll do just that because, look, like right now in the storm, you can even turn these off, deactivate them when the storm is going, so we don't lose more money keeping these intact. But the most important thing to repair, of course, is this viewing gallery, because otherwise our park is basically not open. It's completely closed because we have no dinosaurs visible. Can wait a little bit, speed up the time, activate these back so we can get more money. But what you might have noticed at this point is that our scientists are almost disgruntled and we cannot rest them. No staff center, it says. That's the next important thing we need to research, is the staff center. Because if you don't do this and the scientists become disgruntled, what will happen is any other task that you put them to work on is going to be twice as slow, for one. But two, there is a sabotage risk down here that might go up. And they might do, it's not a very well designed system, I have to say. They might start sabotaging buildings, so you have to send out your Jeep and repair it or restart it. And it doesn't really matter, to be honest. It's more that everything will take much slower. And the more you put these scientists to work, the more disgruntled they become. So we research the staff center and we will instantly just buy that too. Let's put it here. Oh, it's just outside the range of the stupid electricity. So we'll have to extend this. And as you could see, with that research, they actually became disgruntled. So it was the last straw, the last thing the last task they could do. So let's send actually everybody on to rest. What are the next things that are most important to research? Well, for one, we do not have a paleomedical facility yet. So it's kind of important to research that. Not ASAP. It doesn't even take that much welfare or logistics to research, and you can share it between scientists. But it's kind of important. At some point your dinosaurs will catch something. And then when they catch something, you also need to probably research the medicine for it. But it's not that big of a deal. It takes a very small amount of time anyways, and almost no skill required. So paleomedical facility is what I would research next. What other things? In my opinion, the guest attraction and innovation center are not that important to research, but they will boost your guest count and therefore money, so it's alright. A viewing platform is completely useless. You can just use the normal viewing gallery, but it is cool if you want to research that, and you still need to research that to unlock the aviary and lagoon viewing galleries. What's really important though is at some point it's nice to have wide paths, though as I showed you, you can cheat and place down multiple paths in the same row to increase your path width. If you don't increase your path width and it starts to become red, you are essentially losing guests and you're losing money. You can actually view that really nicely in the management tab, where, I don't know, somewhere this is how many paths you could have, and like you're technically losing this much money. So it's nicely displayed. Once you get a couple of dinosaurs, it's important to research. It's not that important to research the medium amenity building at first, because you're not going to have that many guests to make use of it. But it's good to research this because you will get more modules. Right now, like 99% of the time, you're just going to have white and green guests in your park. But we do not actually have enough modules to satisfy that need. If we were to put like this fish tank and fountain, it costs more money than what we get. So it's not worth to beat the red in this case. However, if you research the medium amenity modules, you will not only get the medium amenity, we don't really need that, as I said, for this many guests, but you will get multiple interior modules. You will get one which is free white and free green that you can equip, and you can pretty much just double your money at that point. Obviously, if you want to research your whatever dinosaur you want to create, you can do that, but to be honest, there's a couple of free dinosaurs that instantly unlock once you reach a certain star rating. Like this Nodosaurus actually unlocked on itself because we reached half a star. Fences are not at all important to research. You can literally put your T-Rex in a 2-strength fence. They will only break out if they have something like rabies. Of course, they will break out if they're not comfortable, but your dinosaurs should be at 100% comfort at all times. I should probably scan these guys. Honestly, stuff like hatchery upgrades are okay, but not very important. Let's talk about the infrastructure stuff, because this is where the meat of the research is. So like I said, Medical Facility, kind of important to unlock soon. And you will see that soon enough you will need not really more scientists, but scientists that you want to train up. It's usually better to train up your scientists instead of recruiting new scientists, because it's really expensive to keep too many scientists at the same time. Like, even with these quote-unquote really cheap scientists, we are still paying 20,000 in scientist costs, compared to, look, that's like more than, like, that's like 3 of our amenities, how much we get from these 3. That's just our scientist costs. But after a while, you will start to make more money, you will have more dinosaurs, more tickets to sell, and it will become important to research the stuff improvement. You might ask, two-siders, I've been unlocking efficiency upgrades 1 this whole time. Is it worth it? Well, unlocking it for the Expedition Center improved yield is not worth it. At the very beginning, it doesn't actually help you at all. I've tested on the very first dinosaurs. Maybe after a couple of newer dinosaurs unlock, it's probably useful from like the, I don't know, these 1-star dinosaurs, but I'm not really sure about that. I do like to research this fairly early on after 1 or 2 dinosaurs, because it gets you more extraction capacity. It's one of the most expensive upgrades that you can put on the Science Center. It costs $1 million, but you don't have to mess around with only like half extraction slots. Anything else, like you will put on improved yield on your Expedition Center, extraction capacity. Advanced scanners for the response facility, useless. Stealth Center task time, pre-useless, because soon you will have much better stuff. So this is an important upgrade to get once you will actually have this unlocked. I don't know how many logistic skills you need for this, probably around 9 if I had to guess. But this is an important one to unlock, because either control center cheaper construction by like 20%, or I usually pick this one. Efficient administration means that you will need to pay your scientists 10% less salaries, and that is an insane save, because right now we would be paying only like 18,000. And in this game, depending on how much money you make, what your profits are, is directly influences your star rating. So if you have to pay your scientists 10% less, that means you have 10% more star rating, and you know, more guests can come, you can unlock other stuff, newer dinosaurs, whatever, everything just becomes easier. So this one is actually kind of important to research as early as possible. And if you don't want to put on the efficient administration, if you're going to construct a bunch of stuff, then the cheaper construction will be really worth it. This other efficiency upgrade is probably where it's at when it comes to the other stuff. Now for the science center, you already put on the extraction capacity probably. And everything else is pretty much useless here. Control center, we already put on the other stuff, and we don't get 2 upgrade slots just yet. That's like at the very end of the tree, and I think this is designed badly. Like this upgrade should be like somewhere here or in the middle. However, there is one very important thing that you unlock with this upgrade, and that is the staff center improved costs. Remember that you can have 3 staff centers, so you can put on this upgrade on each of them. And what this does is every single task that your scientists do, including extraction, expeditions, I'm not sure about resting, but anything else that your scientists have to do, creating dinosaurs, healing dinosaurs, with that upgrade, everything will cost, every single task will cost 10% less. And because you have 3 staff centers, there will be 30% less task costs. That's insane, actually. Like I said, this you will have, like, once you need like a little bit more scientist skills, you will unlock. And also this one, and this one are like the same ones, but you can level up your scientists more. Everything else is, these are pretty bad upgrades. After a while, I would unlock this one to get either cheaper expeditions, but at that point in the game, you will make more money than you can spend. So I would pick faster transit just to save myself a little bit of a headache. So everything is, all the expeditions are faster. And then, you know, at this point, you will have so much money. You can pretty much research whatever you want. The only thing in your way is going to be time. That's why I kind of don't like this game, because it becomes so much easier. Important stuff later on, or like mid-game. At 2 stars, it's important to either research the monorail station, and it's probably going to be the monorail station, because you need transport in your park. From one guest hub to another potential guest hub, it's important to have transport, and that can be either monorails, or it can also be these Jeep rides here. But for this, you will actually have to have 500 guests. And in many cases, you will reach 2 stars before you have 500 guests. And monorail is just easier to build, kind of, in my opinion. It does need a metric F ton of space to place down a monorail station. But once you do, you can just draw your little monorail station line wherever you want, and then connect your guest hubs together with that. After a while, you can unlock large hotels, though you can place multiple small ones instead. These are just like the different white paths. It doesn't really matter. Like I said, you can just place multiple small paths next to each other instead. After about 1.5, 2 stars, you will probably also unlock the, well, you will probably unlock these like extra amenity modules. It doesn't really matter, I guess. Large amenities you will unlock, again, to maximize your profits. And I guess that there are extra modules here. I'm not really sure how much you need these two, to be honest, because you will get extra amenity modules anyway. Oh, these are not even for the amenities. I guess these are for the, oh no, they are. But I don't understand, because you still get, if you research the medium and large amenities, you will still get like extra amenity modules anyways, so who cares? The only thing left to talk about, I guess, like gene modifications. Genes really suck in this game, but they do unlock like cool dinosaur skins that are just for like decoration or flair. I talked about the dinosaur creation and fences. Of course, if you have like not birds, I almost said birds, the flying reptiles You will need to unlock the piscivore feeder. This is really expensive, actually. This is like, I don't remember how much. I don't want to say something stupid, but this is like 500,000. And then the aviary and lagoon stuff, it's not even here. The aviary and lagoon stuff is like $2 million. It's like $1 million for like the hatchery, and for the actual viewing gallery, it's like $2 million, and you still need to unlock the stupid like viewing platform. It's insanely expensive. I really hate these. They should be cheaper in the game. But anyways, what I was gonna say is large power station. It really doesn't matter. Most of the times I'm just like buying small power stations, and I'm fine without the large one. After a while I will unlock the large one, but that's really late game, 3.5 stars. One of the latest things you will unlock outside of these, of course. And then at like 3.5 stars late game, of course, you will start to unlock these stuff as well. The extra vehicle is my favorite, like response facility and paleomedical facility upgrades. But of course, this upgrade slot is really important. It's really good, rather. Should be like in the middle of this pack, because it kind of sucks not having 2 upgrade slots in the game until you are basically a billionaire. Elon Musk makes a dinosaur park rich, where at that point it doesn't even matter what you unlock. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this was useful in your sandbox games, especially when it comes to playing with money sandbox. If you like this episode, if you found it useful, don't forget to hit subscribe. I make other Jurassic World Evolution 2 content. You can comment whatever below. You can comment research, let's say. Let me know what your favorite or most useful research object is, just in general or at the very beginning of the game. This has been Two Siders, and I shall see you tomorrow. Bye bye.